Hello and welcome to another video from salesberg.com. In this video we shall be looking at Vantec NexStar Wi-Fi hard drive dock model NST-D300WS3. Hard drive docks are nothing new, so this model has to give us something that set itself apart, and that difference is wireless. Well, it makes sense. Everything these days are going wireless, so why not your docking station as well? Or is there more? Perhaps? We shall see that as the video progresses. So, taking things out of the box, first thing we have is the manual, which is very well printed, has step-by-step instructions to do exactly what you need to get done. Of course, there will be the USB 3 cable and power adapter, and of course the hard drive dock. So let's look at the hard drive dock itself. It's predominantly white, very simplistic design. At the back there is a power connection port, a USB 3 port, which is very important for higher speed data transfer rates, a little reset pinhole, and at the front there is a power button with LED around it, and at the bottom there is wireless and hard drive activity LEDs. At the top, of course, is the slot for the hard drive. It fits both 3.5 and 2.5 inch hard drives. Simply take a hard drive and push it down, the eject button pops up and we're good to go. When you need to remove the hard drive, simply press the eject button, pull the hard drive out while you hold the dock. Why? I'll show you in a second. The hard drive dock is pretty light. It weighs just about 270 grams. While any regular hard drive will easily weigh twice as much. So when pulling the hard drive out, it's best to hold the docking station down. So let's power it up. Once the power button is pressed, the blue LED lights up. Point to note, the dock will only work as either USB connected or wireless, not both together. Once the USB is connected, the computer recognizes the docking station as a portable hard drive. Installs automatically, no driver disk needed. As it is a USB 3 device, the dock provides pretty quick speeds for copying files to and from the hard drive. Connecting to it wirelessly is similar to connecting to any wireless network. Also, the docking station can tether with a wireless router in order to provide internet while you're connected to it. Once the wireless connection is established, simply type in a IP address on your file explorer and that will take you to the root of the docked hard drive. And that's it, the drive is now accessible. While connected wirelessly, obviously the speeds were not as fast as being connected via a USB cable, but it felt equally as fast as my laptop is over the network. And now some interesting stuff. Any device using Android or iOS, you can run an app to connect to the docking station. First, establish the Wi-Fi connection from your device and then run the NexStar app. Easy. The app does a lot of things. First of all, you can browse what files are there in the hard drive and you can view them depending on what sort of media it is. Say play an MP3 file or view a video file, as we shall see shortly. And of course, with the same app you can browse inside your own device to upload those files to the hard drive that is docked. Uploading a file is relatively simple as well. First, you need to go to My Folder on the app and then browse for the folder that you want to go into, and then select a file that you need to upload just by clicking on it, and then at the top there's a upload button that will bring up which folder you want to place the files at, and then you browse, and when you've selected the folder, just click OK and it will start uploading. There is also a status bar for the uploading processes. Now let's say there is a file in the hard drive that you want to see using your portable device. You can simply open it by clicking on it. So let's start with some pros and cons. Cons first. When the USB cable is connected, the wireless is turned off. I didn't quite understand the use of the spring-loaded top cover. The cover has a cutout section, so it's allowing the dust to get through. Why is it there? And if it had a network port, it could have been possible to use it as a NAS. That would have made it such an all-rounder. And also the settings for the hard drive dock can only be changed from a mobile app, not from a computer using USB cable. Anyhow, I don't have that many very negative things to say about this because it's a very simple thing. There aren't many features, so there aren't many things to go wrong with it. But the features that it does have, it does very well. Which brings me to the pros of the hard drive dock. For speed, there is the USB 3 connectivity, and wirelessly it connects to a desktop, laptop, Android and iOS devices. By the way, the wireless access is password protected, just in case if you were wondering. Now, you know how they say one thing leads to another? Let me show you something. The Samsung Galaxy camera runs Android Jelly Bean 4.1 out of the box. Now imagine someone goes out and takes a lot of pictures and videos, comes back home, sits on a couch and sends all the files to the hard drive dock wirelessly. When it's time to go out again, picks up the camera and leaves. No strings attached. Literally. Now here's the camera that I use. It's perfectly decent for the job, except it uses USB 2. Or I can take out the SD card and use a card reader. One thing leads to another. Now I'm thinking about a wireless camera. I do not know of any SLR that runs Android or iOS, but it sure would be nice. And that is the story of technology. One little thing that pushes the others forward one step at a time. And this, I think, is one of those steps. When I first started reviewing it, I was thinking, this is just another dock, right? Well, yes, and so much more. By the time I was done reviewing it, parts of it I was already missing. I got accustomed to the wireless copying files and so forth, all in matter of just a few hours, which means I had real use for it. As would be the case with many people out there, wireless is the way to go. There are numerous products that has already gone wireless, and as shown previously, some are making the transition. But surely, this is a step in the right direction.